Governor Abbott, my name is Sharon Hyatt. I'm not a native Texan. I wasn't born here. But I've loved this state. I've lived in it for 23 years. I've raised 2 sons in the state who are native Texans and very proud of it. And I have to tell you, I'm not very happy with you right now. And I really want you out of office. I started thinking about the last 10 years that you've been in the service to Texas as governor. And yes, it is service to the people of Texas as our governor. We put you there and we can take you out. We can remove you from office just as easily as we put you in. You are not king of Texas. And even though you have ties, quite frankly, to Donald Trump that probably go way deeper than we know about, because you two are, quite frankly, I'd say maybe scratching each other's backs right now. You've done really terrible things to this state. First of all, since you've come into office 10 years, the state has become more divided. Now, some of that can be blamed on Trump, but a lot of it's just you. You've acted with authority that was not given to you, but was taken by you. Putting in those terrible wires and barrels along the Rio Grande River and making sure that people actually died trying to cross into Texas. I'm sure there's people out there that applaud you for that, but I think you're a barbarian. You have no compassion for a man who sits in a wheelchair. You couldn't care less about other people who are needy and have disabilities. You've taken funding away from mental health and from students with disabilities. You've actually destroyed a woman's right to autonomy over her body in the state of Texas. And you don't care if they die or get maimed and can't have kids. You don't care that people try to leave the state to get the abortion, life-saving abortion they need. You don't care. All you care about is your power, what you think is right, your friends. Somehow or other, you have chosen along the way to become corrupt, immoral, and to not uphold the democracy or the republic. And for some reason, you think that's okay and nobody's going to call you out, but we're calling you out. And there's a large faction of us. We're not about being Democratic. We're not about just being Republican. What we're about is what's right and what's wrong. And you're what's wrong right now. The final straw for me was this redistricting. I was sitting there feeling sick to my stomach when people weren't getting what they needed after the floods. But then when you turned it into a political shenanigans and tried to blame the Democratic lawmakers who are being forced to leave the state so they can uphold democracy and not allow the state of Texas to do something corrupt in redistricting the maps so they can cheat to get Donald Trump more votes, that was it for me. That's the end. You don't deserve to be governor of this great state, and there's a large faction of us who are going to make sure you're not governor anymore. We're going to make sure you're voted out next time. We're going to make sure somebody more centrist is voted in, somebody who will listen to their constituents, and somebody who believes in the power of democracy. I hope you get to see this, I really do.